The age-old debate. Which block game is the best? In one corner, we have Terraria, one of the greatest 2D games of all time. A true heavyweight of the industry. In the other corner, we have Minecraft. Oh, wait. I can't use that name in my titles or videos anymore. You know what? F it. I'm not going to let some multinational leeches spoil my video. Initially, I was going to be sympathetic to Mojang and their crown jewel. But since they want to be a bunch of greedy f***wits, deciding to create a new bogus terms of service, any sympathy I may have had has evaporated. I'm going all in on this one. As I was saying, this is an age-old debate in the gaming community. So old is this debate, even Cicero played his part. He was pro-Terraria if anyone was asking. I even lost friends in school as a result of this argument. And no, I'm not joking. This is the old firm of video game rivalries. The Carlton v Collingwood, if you may. Each game has its own knack, a style of play and genre which makes it stand out from the crowd, or at least that's what the developers hope. Inevitably, there are games that are similar enough to others. Minecraft and Terraria are perfect examples of this. Both are blocky, both have survival aspects, and both require you to chop down trees and slay zombies. Today, we finally settled this debate. Which game is the best? Come on, I know you guys aren't I've put the answer in the title already. Today, I will compare the two and show you why I personally prefer Terraria over Minecraft. I'll also elaborate on what I believe Minecraft does better. But believe it or not, I am fair, I guess. Anyway, let's get on with it. The most important element to any game is the progression system. How do you level up to face stronger enemies and bosses? What weapons and equipment can you obtain and use in your journey to reach the top of the metaphoric mountain? Progression doesn't necessarily determine the difficulty of a game. Rather, it can decide one's interest in the game before you even pick up the controller. But enough beating around the bush. In this regard, the two games could not be more separate. When you start afresh in both games, all seems relatively similar. You spawn in, chop down some trees, build your first house, grief some squeaker's dingy shithole of a dirt hut. You get the picture. Oh my God! But once you begin mining, this is where you discover Terraria's biggest strength, and consequently, Minecraft's biggest flaw. In almost every department, Terraria has more than Minecraft. Ores, bars, tools, weapons, armors, bosses, the list goes on. In Minecraft, there are only 6 different swords and axes, a trident, and 2 different bows. How many tools and weapons does Terraria have? In pre-hard mode alone, there are 54 swords, 9 yo-yos, 6 spears, 10 boomerangs, 7 flails. There's a lot, okay? 420 weapons to be precise. Though the wiki says 573 if you count damaging tools such as pickaxes, axes, hammers, etc. Speaking of tools, there is a bigger variety of tools in Terraria, from your traditional pickaxes and axes, to hammers, drills, chainsaws, and even lasers. That's not even scratching the surface. All Minecraft has are the 6 different varieties of the same old pickaxe, axe, shovel, and SS sniper hoe. Furthermore, Terraria has a far larger variety of ores and bars that you not only require certain tools to obtain, but need to complete certain objectives to even be able to discover and mine. From your basic copper and tin, all the way up to the final, most powerful luminite. Not only this, but the types of ores which generate in your world can be random, all the while still allowing you to progress. One world might start off with copper, iron, silver and gold, whereas the other could have tin, lead, tungsten and platinum. Then once you hit hard mode, you can either get a choice of palladium, orichalcum and titanium, or cobalt, mithril and adamantite. There is some mixing and matching as well. The only ores in Minecraft are coal, copper, iron, gold, lapis lazuli, redstone, diamond, and netherite. Oh, and emeralds, but villagers like to rip you off, so that almost doesn't count. Moreover, Terraria also has loads of accessories and combinations for said accessories, which you can wear in order to boost your stats, such as mobility, damage for certain weapon types, numbers of minions, etc. Look, I've made my point on this. Terraria has a shit ton more than Minecraft. But why does it matter? Couldn't it be the case of Minecraft having a nice, clean, compact game, while Terraria is just a dumpster fire of a hoarder's house? Well, as I will demonstrate, this is about as far from the truth as I am from the United Kingdom. Not only does Terraria have more than Minecraft, the items that are in the game actually contribute to the progression in a way that makes sense. Let's compare. Iron armor. In Minecraft, you could theoretically beat the final boss with a full set of iron armor. How about Terraria? I challenge you to beat the Moonlord with only iron armor. It just can't be done. Unless you're the Terraria equivalent of Technoblade. Considering how easy it is to get iron armor in Minecraft, this fact shows how amateur Mojang are in regards to progression. In Minecraft, the progression almost feels like one big RNG experience. Start your world, chop down some trees, build your house, go mining, be lucky enough to find diamonds for a pickaxe, let alone a sustainable amount for armors and an enchantment table, and also when your tools wear down, mine obsidian, assuming you've managed to find diamonds for a pickaxe because obsidian can only be mined with a diamond pickaxe, make a nether portal, hope that there's a nether fortress nearby, if not, you're f***ed. Hope that the nether fortress is big enough for there to be blazes spawning, grind for blaze rods, either find a warped forest, which is relatively rare, or go back to the overworld at night and hope that there are enough endermen so you can obtain at least 12 ender pearls to create the Eyes of Ender. Hope you don't lose too many Eyes of Ender trying to find a stronghold, fight the ender dragon. Hope you have the right enchantments for the fight, or for any of the previous steps such as trying to obtain enough diamonds or ender pearls. You get the picture. With Terraria, while much of what you can obtain can be luck-based, it doesn't feel like it, because you ultimately know where you're going for the most part. Here's an example. You want to be able to combine your accessories, but in order to do that, you need to defeat the Cyrax army, so you can find the Cyrax Tinkerer. How do you get the army to attack you? Well, you can either meet the criteria as shown, and wait for it, with a 1 in 3 chance per day of the event firing, or you can craft the Cyrax battle standard, which requires you to go to the outer fifth of the world and kill enough Cyrax scouts to obtain the tattered cloth required. While Cyrax scouts can be annoying to wait for at times, there are other things you can do in order to increase your chances. You can obtain a water candle from the dungeon, assuming you've beaten Skeletron, or there's one at the entrance of the dungeon, or you could make a battle potion. Both increase spawn rates. This is just one example. There are many others, such as the Post-Plantera dungeon, where you may want to grind for weapons such as the Shadow Beam Staff and the Tactical Shotgun. Oh, that's another thing. Minecraft doesn't have guns, and it pisses me off to no end. In Minecraft, there is no way to increase spawn rates, especially the spawn rates of any mobs you may want to spawn in, such as the Enderman. No special potion or events, or even placeable items. You just have to suck it up and hope to get lucky. Let's discuss the bosses. Oh boy, this part is juicy. Like a tender ribeye steak. In Minecraft, there's only 2 bosses, the Ender Dragon and the Wither. These bosses are an absolute pain in the ass to defeat, especially the Wither. They constantly fly around and destroy everything. Once you defeat them, what do you get? Pretty much nothing. So much for all that hard work and RNG. If you defeat the Wither, you get a Nether Star. This can be used to make a beacon, which requires you to make a pyramid of metal blocks. These can require between 81 and 2,196 materials to build. And what does it give you? At most, 2 buffs, which will only be applied at the range of 50 blocks at most, and for 17 seconds after you go out of range. Do you really expect me to mine over 2,000 diamonds for that? And it doesn't even help with defeating the Ender Dragon, because you have to fight it in another dimension, and the dragon would probably destroy your beacon if you decided to build one in the end, which would also take quite a while to build as well. Terraria, on the other hand, has 18 bosses, not including event bosses and mini-bosses such as ogres and hallowed/evil mimics. These bosses are incredibly fun to fight, each with different attack styles, strengths, and weaknesses. Additionally, the items they drop when defeated are vital, almost compulsory for you to advance further into the game. The Eye of Cthulhu, for example, drops Demonite or Crimton depending on which world evil you choose. You can use them to craft bars, which in turn you can craft better weapons with. The Wall of Flesh is a required boss to defeat because it activates hard mode upon defeat. It also drops the Pone Hammer, which is used to smash demon/crimson altars to spawn in the hard mode ores. The mechanical bosses are necessary for progression because they drop special souls and hallowed bars for more powerful weapons and armor. Also, defeating all 3 of the mechanical bosses ensures that you can get Plantera. These are just a few examples, but almost every boss helps you advance in the game somehow. Overall, Logic, the Terraria developers, know far more about gameplay progression than Mojang does. In fact, I'd go as far to say that Mojang doesn't know a thing about progression. A prime example of this is the mobs they added in. The most recent ones I can think of are mostly passive or neutral mobs that don't drop anything useful. Frogs, mountain goats, polar bears. What is the f***ing point of adding these in if there isn't a purpose for them? Polar bears stick out in my mind the most when I ask this question. What purpose is there for interacting with polar bears? Can you get anything from killing them? Nope. Just a fish or 2. Absolutely pointless. Even some of the biome exclusive hostile mobs such as the husks or strays have no real purpose or drop. Compare this to Terraria, where not only are there more and better mobs, but they also tend to drop a wider variety of more useful items. Yes, you do still have some mobs whose primary purpose is to be a pain in the neck, but most of them have decent drops, even if they are rare. A prime example of this is the zombie. In Minecraft, all zombies drop a rotten flesh, an iron bar or 2, maybe their armor, and some carrots and potatoes if you're lucky. Terrarian zombies drop shackles, which can add an additional 1 defense and can be combined to create other accessories, such as the magic cuffs and the celestial cuffs. They can also drop a zombie arm, which can be useful for early game weapons, gel for torches, and even arrows and a slime staff. While we talked about mobs, I briefly mentioned the concept of biome exclusive mobs. This is yet another field where Terraria excels and Minecraft fails miserably. Minecraft has more biomes. This is a fact. But do these biomes really add anything unique to the game? Yes, you can obtain different types of wood from most of the biomes, but that's pretty much it. There's no real biome exclusive mobs, with maybe 1 or 2 exceptions. No biome exclusive loot, no biome exclusive bosses, etc. It all feels like it's just in the game for aesthetic purposes. There seems to be no real progression purpose for some of the biomes. Terraria, on the other hand, could not have made each biome feel more different, and while the level of requirements for each biome varies, they all still serve a purpose and have a wide variety of different mobs. Guess what? Another comparison! Yay! Anywho, the most standout example in the 2 games is the jungle biome. Minecraft's jungle biome is bland, consisting only of a bunch of tall trees, the occasional small rock temple, some pumpkins, and cocoa beans. The only biome exclusive mobs are ocelots, parrots, and pandas, which are all passive and drop nothing as well. Terraria's jungle, while bland looking on the surface, has a whole nother dimension underground. There is a whole suite of jungle exclusive hostile mobs that drop vastly useful items. The prime example are hornets, who drop stingers which can be used to craft the blade of grass, jungle armor, and much more. Underground, there are many different structures, cave systems, huge beehives, and a massive Lihzahrd temple. There are 2 biome exclusive bosses. Not 1, but 2. And the cherry on top? The jungle in Terraria has an awesome soundtrack that I wish I could play in the Minecraft jungle. It's night and day. Absolute night and day. This may be an unpopular opinion, but I think Terraria has better graphics than Minecraft. I know Terraria is 2D while Minecraft is 3D, but graphical elements are far more complicated than that. But before I delve into this, I just wanted to quickly say that graphics don't always determine how good a game is. They merely help a person to ease into a game. Undertale is the perfect example. Good game, decent story, but my god, the graphics are absolute shit. Anyway, let's observe. The colour composition of Minecraft's blocks and animals is simplistic, with no gradients, shine, or anything like that. There are some minor block animations for blocks such as water and beacons, but not much else. NPCs don't have blinking eyes or shadows or anything like that. There's also no wind blowing animations for leaves and flags. Terraria has ores that sparkle, more realistic water physics, more elaborately designed NPCs and mobs, animated items such as the souls, and a better colour composition in my opinion. Nighttime is also darker without lights, which is better in my opinion because it actually provides consequences for not preparing properly. This might be a controversial thing what I'm about to say next, but I believe that Minecraft needs to have shader mods just to make it look as good as Terraria. With all that said, can I really say that Terraria is for certain a better game than Minecraft? To be honest, I'm not so sure. You may be screaming at the monitor, saying, "You just made a whole video stating Terraria is better." But hear me out. These games aren't as similar as one might think. The only similarity is the fact that they're both block games. Terraria is a better game. By this, I mean it has a better progression system, set of bosses, weapons, armor, events, accessories, etc. But Minecraft is a better sandbox experience. In Terraria, the world types you get are almost exactly the same. The experiences you have are always so similar, the path you take is the same. But with Minecraft, you can just relax and build. And in a way, this adds a unique element of replayability to Minecraft. The fun doesn't just stop the second you beat the Ender Dragon. The fun stops the second you decide it stops. You can build almost anything, from a small cottage on the top of a mountain to a metropolitan city filled with NPCs to trade with. You can even build moving aircraft and actual working computers if you have the wherewith about you. Minecraft is that game that you come home to from a hard day's work, just to build, add to your map, and potentially expand your village and in-game wealth. It's a game for creatives who want to relax. Comparing Minecraft to Terraria is almost like comparing apples to oranges. So to summarise, yes, I believe Terraria is a better game than Minecraft, but only because it's the type of game I like. I like being able to progress in the way Terraria allows you to. I like gradually becoming more powerful as you play along. I like searching thoroughly in order to find a simple f***ing aglet. But I'm also not a very good architect. Does that mean Minecraft is a bad game? No. In fact, I love it almost as much as Terraria. I just prefer the latter.